Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. And it's Seattle with the ball. There's Tatum with the threes. Hits a three-pointer. And the highlight of this game could be the matchup at the 5 spot, Clark.
You know, Brian, we've seen strong play at the center position these last few years, and we've got 2 bigs who can each take over a game. So, what a throwdown! The ball handling of T-Mac, really impressive. Watching him play, this guy is a thing of beauty. Puts a lot of time into his ball handling, you can tell.
Here's Booker going inside. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Rebounded by Gervin. Here's Johnson. Got a hand on it.
And the massive wingspan of Abdul-Jabbar, impressive. Kareem easily swatting away shots.
To the inside. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it. And here's Minnesota now. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Duncan. Here's McGrady. Booker defending. In transition, here they come. Here's Havlicek. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
And they blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance at another one at the stripe. Clark, when you watch Luka Doncic play, how is he able to just control the games like he does?
He's a savant. That's all I can say. He's way ahead of himself. I mean, this guy's been a pro since he was 13 or 14 years old. There's nobody else in the NBA that's been a pro that long, I don't think. So, unique in that regard. Great size, uncanny, underrated strength. And then his vision, his pace, all of that what allows him to really not ever be sped up or out of control.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
To the paint. And he jams it home with authority.
And I like seeing McGrady rise up for the dunk. Has amazing leaping ability and good reach, too. Makes it look easy.
And despite the height disadvantage, oh my, he just attacks that interior.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
McGrady. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
How about the bounce.
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied.
He's a highlight reel, always on the launch pad.
It's Johnson with a drive. Ooh, stolen by Westbrook. Here's Tatum. Ooh, Tatum slams it home.
Always active on the defensive end with his hands. Quick reactions made that still possible for Westbrook.
To the middle. Knocks it loose. Tatum with a steal. And they're pushing it up. And then Westbrook slams it in.
Boy, that time Russell Westbrook going for the spectacular with a little extra pizzazz.
Pass to McGrady. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And it's going to go on Devin Booker.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Both teams will make substitutions.
The size and skill McGrady brings to his position, really special. He's somebody you love to see play the game.
First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Yet to see a basket. Kicks it out to Westbrook. Rebounded by Gervin. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Well, you got to bring more energy than this. Abdul-Jabbar is not going to be thrown off much by a little contact.
Back to Anthony. Shoots over Tatum. Anthony misses. Seattle on offense. Pass to Tatum. Down low. Abdul-Jabbar. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
You know, once Kareem establishes that inside position, dunking is really easy for him.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Now here's Westbrook. And lays it up and banks it in. Westbrook's got 6.
One thing you can count on with Westbrook, he is always in attack mode. That's 24/7.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Minnesota trails by 4. 1:44 left in the first. Here's English. Minnesota again missing. Wow, potent offense. It's been fun to watch.
Just aggressive and effective, taking it right to the defense.
Coming at you with so many ways to get his points. Tatum draws a lot of contact throughout the game. Gets himself to the line.
And so Tatum nails both of them. They're having very little success right now.
And they really could take a different approach, right? Find something that works.
Hill drives in. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Puts the move on. Outside, Brown. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Westbrook. It's hauled in by Garnett.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Now Anunoby, pounded by Westbrook. Here's Hill. Here's Garnett. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Fires from deep. Gilmore grabs the miss. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. Irving for three. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Up top, Hill. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. Here's Anthony. Releases from the wing and drills it.
Not the best of shot selection there, but you know what? You do not look a gift horse in the mouth.
And it's good for two.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Russell Westbrook, he's been the guy making things happen for Seattle. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. Back to the game after this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Seattle.
Yeah, they're just attacking on defense, getting those hands out and knocking the ball free. I really like their energy defensively.
You know, points off turnovers is something else they've excelled in. I expect the opponent at least to try to squeeze that orange a little better.
It's his first trip to the line.
First team foul.
The first one falls. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA today?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Ooh, some contact there. No issue for Booker, though.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Garnett. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Inside. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Pass to Garnett. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown. Seattle leading by 4. Here's the break. And it's Green missing. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Here's Garnett.
The ball goes to Seattle.
Seattle making a switch here.
Number 53, Artis Gilmore.
And it's Seattle with the ball. With lots of prime seasons ahead of him, Clark, Nikola Jokic already has multiple MVPs and a championship.
It is an incredible resume already, that's for sure, B.A. I think he's got a chance to get into that top 10, maybe top 5 all-time conversation. But he's special, and what a joy to watch. Never seems to be overexerting himself, but he's making impact at both ends of the floor. He's extremely special as a basketball player. How about that for a flush? Garnett going up with confidence and packing a punch.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Here's Gilmore. Kick out to Brown. Second chance shot. Pass to Gilmore. 6 to shoot. The ball's knocked loose. And here is Irving. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Substitution on the court.
Minnesota trails by 5. Here's McGrady. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. And here is Irving. It's blocked.
Excellent job by McGrady using his length to deny that shot.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Duncan. Towns with a rebound. Seattle leading by 5. Pass to Gilmore. To the paint. And it with the power finish.
Well, I tell you what, so hard trying to corral Towns. He's got excellent strength, good feet, good hands, and he's got a will to score the ball that you've got to appreciate.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. Johnson with it. Towns covering. Pass to Gervin. Hits the trifecta. Gervin's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
So pure, so confident. The moment Gervin has the rock, he knows exactly what to do with it.
Outside McDaniels. And here is Irving. 6 on the shot clock. Towns outside. Jacks up a 3. Joel Embiid with the board. Minnesota trails by 5. Anthony outside. Puts up a 3. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
And I think Magic Johnson gets more joy out of making the assist than any other part of the game that he excels in. Constantly looking to set them up for score.
Count that bucket.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Three-pointer Embiid. Oh, look at the range. Joel is good for 3.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
To the middle. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Coming onto the floor for Seattle, number 17.
It's a neck-and-neck game here in Minneapolis. Anthony in the post. That one drops. 3 for 6 now.
This second quarter, he's been much better, improving over that slow start.
Pass to Siakam. Yes! And it's Booker with the setup.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Johnson with it. Irving picks him up. Outside Johnson.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Chalk up 2. There.
Once Magic gets the ball inside, he's about at the rim. Even the contact, not enough to foul him up.
And so it's Booker with it. He brings it up for Seattle. Oh, Booker in close.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
That's 2 fouls in as many quarters. He may have to adjust his approach now.
Now here's Johnson. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. For three, Anthony drills it from deep. Anthony's got 10 points.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And stolen by Anthony. Here's Gervin. And right now, he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. Anthony, right side. Just 5 on the clock. It's wide right, hits off the rim.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Irving, that's good. 2-for-1 opportunity if they can time it right.
Great way to end the quarter.
Now Anthony. He's got 10. Fires the 3. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Irving for 3. Buries it from 3. Irving's got his second basket of the night.
The fire that Irving plays with, admirable. I mean, and you can feel it. When you make a 3 on him, it's payback time. He's coming at you.
Anthony with it. Over McDaniels. Anthony with a bucket. He's got 15.
With the utmost belief in his game, he's able to beat opponents in a number of ways.
A big-time effort for Carmelo Anthony, providing a lot of energy for the Timberwolves. His fingerprints were all over that quarter. 13 points, leading the charge. More 2K action in just a moment. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Here's McGrady. Here he goes. Offensive rebound. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Inside Duncan, highly efficient. So really the defense has to try to get physical.
Tim Duncan. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he makes both from the line.
There's so much that's impressive about Duncan, but I think the most impressive thing is how fundamentally sound he is.
Here's Havlicek. Still without a bucket. It's tipped. Here's Garnett. There's the block. Here's Duncan. Minnesota again missing.
Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
Here's Booker. McGrady grabs a miss. Minnesota leading by 4. Well, last season we saw Luka Doncic score 73 points, tied for 4th most in NBA history, Clark.
B.A., he is so special, and the thing about the 73 he got, it was the most efficient 70-point game in league history. And with how offense-heavy the league is going, I wouldn't put it past him to go north of Kobe Bryant's mark of 81 at some point. He's got that kind of ability.
Yeah, stretching that defense all the way to the sidelines. Tatum with a nice shot.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Pass to Gervin. Fires the three. Nails it from beyond the arc. Gervin's got 6.
And this offense needed that one after 4 misses to start the half.
Booker. Tipped.
Excellent defensive timing that time by Tim Duncan.
Morant surveying the floor. Now Towns.
Halftime didn't do them any favors offensively. They've missed 4 of their last 5 shots.
Well, you see the toughness and the instincts of Jabbar. I mean, always a threat for these second chance opportunities.
Johnson with a bucket. Johnson's got his second basket.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Here's Morant. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. The rebound by Duncan. Minnesota leading by 4. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. McGrady. Seattle pulls it in. The steal. Here we go.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands.
Yeah, he wanted credit for the basket and the assist on that one.
Here's Morant. Morant with the close range bucket.
Morant not afraid to get in there and play big, showing his toughness in close.
Here's Johnson. Drops in the layup for 2. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
Here's Booker. And count that. 2 points and a chance for 1 more at the line.
Magic Johnson.
Oh, even in a bad situation, Booker has finesse. Works around the foul with grace instead of power.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Minnesota leading by 3. Outside Johnson. Sinks it from distance. Duncan's got 7 points in the game.
You set him up, Tim Duncan will knock him down.
Pass to Tatum. He's off on that one. Outside Johnson. Westbrook with the rebound. Got a piece of it. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Johnson. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Seattle trails by 6. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for the 8 seconds. And Chris Finch has called timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And Minnesota with possession here. Pass to English. Now here's Embiid. Embiid at full speed. And Embiid throws it down.
Strong take from Embiid right there. The big fella's got major mobility.
Seattle trails by 8. Westbrook outside. Over to the left wing. Here's Havlicek. That three's off the mark. And here's the fast break. Daniels, that one's true. Daniels has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Yeah, a complete offensive player. Daniels can set people up, and he can knock down shots.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
We hear players proclaiming their love for the game, but former sharpshooter J.J. Redick said there's a distinction between loving the competition itself and loving the game and everything that goes into that. Guys say, I just want to play. Well, do you want to do all of the necessary things that lead up to that? Hey, Brian, 15 NBA seasons for Redick. He'd know.
He certainly would. Thanks, Allie. Westbrook can't hit. Minnesota leading by 12. Hill with it. He's picked up by Westbrook. And, yep, it's good. Hill's got 6 points.
Grant Hill's so smooth, so skilled. Everything he does looks good when he does it, including that nice little floater.
Here's Gilmore. Kicks it out to Westbrook. Let's go with a 3. Ooh, another basket for him. He's 6 of 11 now.
He's shooting well, doing his best to keep this offense in gear, but he hasn't had a lot of support.
Pass to English. Ooh, stolen by Westbrook. Out to the right wing. To the inside. Here's Gilmore. McDaniels with it. From outside the arc. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Daniels. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Pascal Siakam. Here's Westbrook. And then Westbrook slams it in.
Well, you watch Westbrook play, and he seems like he's relentlessly hungry and borderline angry. He never settles, always in full attack mode.
Here's Daniels. Screen by Embiid. 1 second left. Oh, at the buzzer! Wow!
I didn't think he was going to get it off in time. Oh, wow.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And so it's Minnesota earning this break in the action, up 10. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. We'll be back in a moment. Fourth quarter act. Is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And it's Westbrook with the ball for the Supersonics. And he gets it to go.
We know Towns is an excellent perimeter shooter. But I like seeing him assert himself inside, too.
And they go to the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Anthony. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. And the Timberwolves lead by 10. Got a piece of it. Here's the break. Johnson with it. Siakam covering. Richardson, no good. Here's Booker. Takes it inside. And Booker with the jam.
Wow. Booker doing whatever it takes to get to the basket. Totally fearless.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Supersonic substitution.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Pass to Duncan. Shot from 16. And the shot is good off the backboard.
You know, that shot is virtually automatic for Duncan. I mean, he's extremely dependable in that mid-range area.
They double-team Brown. Oh, they get a hand on it. And stolen by Anthony. Johnson inside. Another shot. Ja Morant grabs the miss. Seattle trails by 10. And he gets that one.
I'd like to see them run more plays for him. Maybe something in motion to make it harder for the defense to deny the ball.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark.
And, guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
Minnesota leading by 8. And he lobs it up to the rim.
This is what he gives you night in and night out. Stellar production at the offensive end.
If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. It's stolen by Johnson. Three-pointer, Anthony. Seattle pulls it in. Oh, stolen by Richardson. From deep, Johnson. Ja Morant grabs the miss.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, you know, for me, the passing has been fantastic all night. Everybody loves watching this style of basketball where the ball moves and players move. Coaches, fans, and even us broadcasters can appreciate that kind of action.
Yeah, something else they're doing in this game is striking from long range. The defense just hasn't been able to keep them off the arc tonight.
And Seattle calls time here. Check in with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to find out what the Supersonics coach was going over with his guys. He did his best to light a fire under them, saying, we have to fight. Now is the moment. We have to come out of this deficit swinging. Guys?
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
You got to D up Tatum from deep. He's got that kind of range.
Here's Garnett. Over Towns. Garnett, that's good. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And, you know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
The ball goes to Seattle.
We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Towns for 3. It's hauled in by Garnett.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Anthony outside. Knocks down the triple. And it's a 12-point Minnesota lead.
Good to see Anthony knocking down that 3. When he does this, the offense becomes even more potent.
Releases. Garnett, that's good.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Garnett misses with the fallback, Jay.
And I don't understand. Why is he going to the fadeaway? Just go straight up with it.
Seattle trails by 11. Here's Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
Boy, it's been a great game thus far for Westbrook, and he's not done yet. Never satisfied, always pushing the envelope.
Up top, Johnson. Embiid inside. Oh, he missed the layup. He had him with the pump fake. That's tipped. For 3, Anthony. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the T-Wolves. They've led by as many as 14. Screen by Embiid. Outside Booker. And the shot goes down. Booker's got 4 points in the quarter.
There's something that is great about Booker. He doesn't take all outside shots. I mean, Devin can score it inside, too.
.124 left in the fourth quarter. Minnesota again missing. Seattle trails by 7. Here's McGrady. Pass to Embiid. From downtown, Seattle pulls it in. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. The drive by Tatum. Misses the layup. Anthony with it. And here's Embiid. Down to 5 on the shot clock. On the mark with the 15-footer. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
Embiid's mid-range touch is really improving. It's noticeable.
That one goes in. 27 seconds left in the final quarter. And here's Minnesota now. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
And an intentional foul right there.
And I'll tell you what, this game is in the books. Not quite sure why they're delaying the inevitable by fouling.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this game is over, and they're the only ones who don't realize that.
He gets the first, and that stretches their lead to 8.
Personal foul.
Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 9-point game here.
Good composure from the line there. Those shots sealed.
Embiid from outside. Misses. So it's Minnesota picking up the win. This one was a fun one to watch.